Welcome dear learners. Now we will continue this integrated curriculum and we would like to go through the modalities of this curriculum, the benefits of this curriculum and a kind of implementation of this strategy. So let us enjoy the learning. I start this lecture. Benefits of learning in an integrated curriculum. What are the benefits for this kind of curriculum? So, the first outright benefit that an integrated curriculum has on students is 21st century skills development. Because we are passing through the digital era and we are trying to inculcate the digital technologies in this curriculum, and we have already studied regarding the integration of technology in curriculum also. So, this is also the latest trend in integrated curricula, because here we want to know that what kind of objectives are there that are able to develop the 21st century skills among the student. Say for example, communication skills, creativity and collaboration and a kind of cooperative learning and a competency, etc. So, the world is integrating nearly everything these days, with technology helping healthcare and history, assisting financial analyst. So, teaching related subjects separately is no longer logical. So, because everything there is technology, everywhere in your life you also observed that we are taking help of technology and we are trying to benefit of this technology and enjoying our quality life with the help of this technology. Similarly, in case of curriculum, we are also trying to add this technological integration in kind of integrated curricula. Second, an integrated curriculum creates intrinsic motivation. Physics may not be the only subject a student is interested in learning, but it may seem intriguing when it is related to biology or chemistry. So, the second thing is that it creates an intrinsic kind of motivation. Intrinsic means from inner side, that is affective domain is involved and the student's interest is involved in teaching learning process. So, the student wants to learn something from this kind of curricula by knowing more about the world, and it is also helpful to create a lot of this 21st century skills. Therefore, the integrated curriculum is also benefit to the students by providing such kind of abilities, such kind of skills, so that they are able to give the more competence among the students. So, we study the physics with the help of this integrating or in a very interesting way with the help of technological devices. Similarly, it may be integrated in other subject, that is biology or chemistry. So, pupils who learn for the sake of learning perform better than those who are motivated to learn for other reasons. So, if those who are able to learn better for the sake of learning only, that we are just getting this kind of learning because I have to learn, I have to pass and I have to qualify this exam also. So, just for the sake of learning, it is not a good objective, but the thing, if the learner decides that we are motivated to learn for some kind of particular reasons, that I have to go to opt this field, therefore I must know that what is the kind of subject's nature and how I must be involved in this kind of learning. So, research has indicated that learning through an integrated curriculum has nearly always resulted in a greater retention of information. So the research is done in the field of integrated curriculum also indicates that as far as the technology or the a kind of integration of technology is there, there is more retention of information for longer time. Therefore, the learner is able to learn in a better way, and the information that he receives from the teacher, he can keep it for longer time also. So, this research has indicated that learning through an integrated curriculum has much more benefit for the students, and the students can learn it in a better way, and students retain, and the brain of the students retain the information received from the integrated curriculum for longer time. So, dear participants, dear learners, what I want to say, that integration of one subject with the another, when we are teaching in that form, so this is a good kind of learning. In previous lecture, I also told you that when we integrate this social science as a broader curriculum, when we integrate this history, civics and economics as a whole, and we study the social studies, it means that it is a kind of integration of these subjects that motivates the students to learn about the social science. Similarly, in case of physics, if you are studying, you may have certain kind of integration with it with biology or chemistry also. So, this integration of subjects one from the another gives a kind of new path, or it helps the students to draw the roadmap to learn the important concepts and the valuable concepts of the curriculum. So, third, skills related to communication and teamwork are directly aided by integrated curricula. So, the communication and teamwork, this is also a kind of advantage or benefit of this integrated curricula, because as expert from one subject and expert from the another subject, both are having their own views because they are the specialist of the subject. But when we are integrating both the subjects, then what will be the new ideas, that the all the experts will be able to frame the new kind of knowledge, that we receive the knowledge of this particular subject from this and this from this. So, combining both the subject, at least we would be able to know the phenomena of that is occurring around us. As I told you, that if we have any child who is suffering from any kind of difficulty, so we must consult the experts, those who are in the field of education, and other experts, those who are concerning with the pediatrics, those who know the child psychology, and along with the pediatrist, this psychologist may also help to know that why the student is not able to give the correct answer. So, this kind of learning that involves many experts in understanding of one concept is really wonderful, because it gives a scope to integrate the subject concepts one with the another. So, after switching from lecturing about science to building wind and rain machines, a professor in Florida, USA, discovered that her students had improved reading and writing comprehension. So, it is also proved by the researches, also by the experts, and this is one example, that after switching from lecturing about science to building wind and rain machine, a professor in Florida, USA, was able to know that how quick the students learn and improve reading and writing comprehension. The act of building something prompted students to communicate with each other. So work in a team and develop their skills. So this is a kind of learning where there is a quick prompt to the students to communicate with each other in a form of team and to develop their skills in order to make them more perfect and to know the modalities of other subjects also. So in that form, the comprehensive knowledge the student is receiving, and he is not the master of one subject and not the specialist of one subject, but he is the kind of learner who knows the other subjects also. So integration is beneficial in that sense that the learner could be able to know about the other subjects nature and joining one subject with the another. So the complexity of one subject can be reduced. So this is very beneficial for learners. Finally, students who participate in an integrated curriculum have demonstrated the ability to think more critically. And when they are integrating the subjects one with the another, so the power of critical thinking increased and the ability to think more critically. So the students are able to think taking different angles of that particular phenomena. So ultimately there is enhancement and the strengthening of the mental abilities, and the students are able to learn in a form of this critical thinking. In addition, the professor from Florida observed that students were able to relate to the machines, to mechanics of condensation and evaporation when they constructed wind and rain machines rather than merely reading about them in the textbooks. So instead of going through the textbooks and instead of passing through this kind of information, it is essential that the machine, working of a machine, process of this condensation and evaporation, these are related to the chemistry. So the specialist of the chemistry, and to know the wind and rain machines, to make connect the mechanical engineer. So consulting the different experts views, a kind of product can be created and kind of phenomena can be explained in a very easy way. So integration has its own value for the students, because joining one concept with the another, it broadens the comprehension of the students and ultimately there is more clarity of the concepts. This prompted them to come up with ideas for ways to harness the power of wind and rain, and integrated learning gives the mind a wider perspective which expands its creative potential. So when a student is going through this kind of learning, there is ultimately a kind of expand the creative potential, and a student is able to write more in a creative way, and a student is able to learn the phenomena in a much better way. So this is integration that helps the learner to learn the concepts with insightful learning and making more clear concepts by consulting various subject specialists. Now we will study about the steps for implementing integrated curriculum. So dear learners, you know that implementation or the transacting the curriculum in the classroom is also an art. And how can we integrate one subject to the another just to make this transacting procedure more effective? So we will try to learn here that what kind of a step a teacher should follow to make the transaction of this integrated curriculum more effective. To implement an integrated curriculum for the benefit of students and learners, follow these steps. Number one, aims and objectives. The aims and objectives that formulated before transaction of any curriculum it should be very clear that what do you want to know, what a teacher wants to implement in the classroom. So, the most important step is deciding which learning goals you hope to achieve through curriculum integration. What a teacher wants to achieve, that is very essential, because if a teacher wants to know that the student should be specialist of different subject, or they should have a kind of integrated knowledge of physics, chemistry and biology, so the concepts will be integrated in the same way and the change in behavior will be observed in that form, that whether they are able to learn these concepts clearly. So, the important question here is what this curriculum will teach the students, and in order to successfully start curriculum integration. So, what the learner has to learn, that I told you, that what a teacher has formulated the objectives, what does he want to see in the behavior of the students, that is very important aspect. And in order to successfully start curriculum integration, it will also be helpful to identify the ideas, abilities and information that you wish the students to acquire. So, what will be the last change? What do you want to see the change in the behavior of the student at last? It should be very clear in the mind of a teacher. So, formulation of objective is very essential, and dear participants, we have already studied that the objectives are framed considering the three domains, that is cognitive, affective and psychomotor. So, what kind of knowledge a teacher wants to give to the students through integrated curriculum, it should be very clear, and what kind of integration is likely to be done here in that form, that joining one subject to another. And another aspect is that what kind of change a teacher wants to see, that the students will be able to learn the following change in behavior, that should also be formulated as the start of the integrated curriculum. So, what kind of abilities, what kind of interest, what kind of attitude, what kind of skills likely to be developed by implementing this curricula, and specifically the lesson that is likely to be implemented. So, what are the objectives of this kind of teaching, that should be formulated and decided by the teacher before start of the teaching. And dear learners, I have already told you that the objectives are of two types. One is general, another is specific. In general objectives, we study about the subject's totality, that what will be the result or what will be the output of that particular subject. So, we consider that what will be the output of this particular change in behavior after going through all the chapters, what we will find at end. So, this is general objective. What are the specific objective? Specific objectives are concerned with a particular lesson of that particular subject. So, what will be the output, that is summative output after passing through all the chapters, that is likely to be considered when the student's learning is over after completed all the chapters, and what will be its specific lessons, and what will be the specific objectives passing through different chapters. So, it is likely to be observed after completing one chapter. So, this kind of aims and objectives are formulated by a teacher before start of the lesson. Subject areas: after tracing the goals and objectives, choose the subjects you wish to cover in the curriculum. So, in order to make the concepts more clear, it is very essential to identify that what are the subjects areas Say for example, if you are integrating the subject physics with the zoology and botany, or you are integrating the social science subjects like history, civics, economics, and as a one broad curriculum. So, which subjects you are going to integrate, and what are the goals and objective of these subjects, that should also be clear in the mind of the teacher. So, after tracing the goals and objectives, choose the subjects you wish to cover in the curriculum. It is very essential. Use digital humanities to teach students about philosophy, computer science, and artificial intelligence, while also helping them develop their analytical abilities. So, if you want to study the philosophy, computer science, artificial intelligence, so these uh, subjects, those who are having a kind of similar nature or any phenomena that needs to explain that particular subject. So, where we can have a kind of integration, that this philosophy, computer science and artificial intelligence will be analytically studied, and which ability will be developed by passing through this kind of subject that is likely to be decided. So, digital humanities, that is technological integration and a kind of technological inputs. How can we take the help of technology for this teaching of this philosophy, computer science and artificial intelligence, while also helping them develop their analytical abilities. So, a kind of blueprint is to be drawn, that to just to explain this kind of phenomena, what are the subjects that needed to be joined all together. So, finally, this is the kind of decision that is likely to be taken by the teacher, and considering and in terms of the change in behavior by going through this other subjects like this zoology, botany, chemistry, and integrating with the physics and a kind of philosophy, computer science and artificial intelligence, joining it with another subjects and with the help of digital humanities. So, make sure that curriculum subject areas appropriately correspond with the goals and objects you wish to achieve. So, the integration is not in a haphazard manner or just in a very carelessly integration done. No, no, no. The integration of the subject is done on the basis of the phenomena that we are going to describe. What are the needs of this particular phenomena, just to this explanation of this kind of particular process. So, which subjects are essential, which subjects are needed to explain this particular process, this particular phenomena, we integrate in that way. So, integration is done on the basis of the considering the nature of the subjects. So, never think that any subject can be integrated with anyone, and one subject can be integrated with another. No, no, no. We must understand that the explanation for the explanation of that phenomena, we need to integrate physics with the zoology and botany, and for integration of this economics, civics and this geography, these all subjects integration are needed to form one broader curriculum of social science. So, as per the need of the process, as per the need of the concept, as per the need of the phenomena, we try to join the subjects. So, this is the kind of specific characteristic of this integrated curriculum, that everything can't be integrated, but the integration should have some logic, integration should have some reason that why we have connected, why we have associated one subject to the another. Activities and assessment, that is the next point related to benefits of integrated curriculum, that include enjoyable activities and thorough assessment in the curriculum to guarantee that students can learn in a creative way. And 75% of teachers report that their students' problem solving skills improve when creativity is incorporated into the classroom. So, the integration of subjects always enhances the creativity in the classroom, and it brings a new kind of strategy to explain the concepts. So, this kind of activities that a teacher present to clarify the concepts, these concepts are really pleasurable, enjoyable, and students take interest in performing and doing this kind of activities. So, assessment, when assessment process is going on, it may be formative and it may be summative. So, this assessment process of this integrated curriculum also ensures that the learning done through the integrated curriculum is really enjoyable, and it is really a kind of pleasurable moment for the learners. So, 75% that is a kind of factual information that most of the teachers reported in a survey that the integrated curriculum is helpful to develop the problem solving skills among the students to make the concepts more clear. And along with this, other kind of abilities like intellectual abilities, like creativity, like a kind of critical thinking, problem solving skills, that can also be enhanced and strengthened by implementing this kind of integrated curriculum. So, incorporating practical projects, cooperative group projects, or cross curricular writing assignments can allow students greater autonomy in their thoughts and work processes. So, what are the activities that may be carried in the class and that may be helpful to explore or to elaborate the concepts? What kind of activities? That is a kind of project, that is a teamwork. Cooperative group, that is a kind of in cooperation you will exchange your ideas and you will try to collect these ideas and you will try to combine these ideas and you will try to know the exact meaning of that particular concepts. And cross curricular writing assignments. Cross curricular writing assignments, that is write integrating the ideas of one subject with the another. So, it is a kind of creative writing. So, writing skills that in the creative form that can also be raised, can also be enhanced in the students, and that allow students greater autonomy. There is freedom with the students that you can write your ideas integrating the subjects, and you can present your views, you can present your thoughts, and you can also write the work processes. So, this kind of integration that allow the freedom and choices to the student is a kind of curriculum that is helpful to develop 21st century skills among the students. Implementation, the next point. Now that the goals and methods of implementation have been established, it is time to introduce curriculum integration into the classroom. So, it will become evident through implementation whether the curriculum appropriately reflects the goals and objectives. So, that should be ensured by the teacher that the classroom activities are mm, able to reflection of the goals and objectives that we have formulated before implementation of the integrated curriculum. So, it is very essential that before implementation at least a kind of um, assurance on the part of the teacher be here that whatever we are going to integrate the subjects in the classroom, that should reflect the kind of this achieving the goals and objectives of that particular curriculum. Evaluation and feedback. The most crucial step in making sure that the curriculum is properly integrated is to assess students' ability to make connections between the different subjects and to enhance the learning process for your students, get input from each one of them. So, the evaluation and feedback, this is also the essential aspects and essential steps for implementing this curriculum, integrated kind of curriculum. So, this is very essential to know that whether the subjects were integrated properly, whether the subjects knowledge of various subjects were adequate at the time of integration of this curriculum, because assessment of the students' ability to make connections between the different subjects, that is very essential part, because when we assess the students' behavior, it should be reflected in the behavior of the student that the integration of the subjects done in proper way. And to enhance the learning process for your students, get input from each one of them. So, the whatever the students are integrating, whatever the students are try to integrating these all activities one with the another, that all should be reflected in the behavior when we are assessing the kind of processes or learning processes. So, it should be very clear that the adequate and the kind of right kind of learning has been connected and joined with each other. Now, we will study about the role of teacher in an integrated learning. This is very important because teacher is the mentor, teacher is the guide, teacher is the kind of master or the supervisor of the class, because he has to integrate and he has to observe whether the integration has been done in proper way or the outcome that we are expecting from by this integration are observable, and what kind of activities likely to be done in the classroom for integration of one subject to the another. So, there is a lot to be gained from establishing your classroom along the lines of an integrated learning approach, and the advantages are mutual. Not only are the children and indirectly their parents, not only the kids are getting the benefit, but the parents are also getting the benefit, but also and teachers are also getting the benefit. So, teachers who have an integrated learning collaborative classroom are usually highly motivated and find work satisfaction. So, by integrating one subject to another, the students are getting the benefit. Along with this, parents are also getting the benefit, because the students are able to explain the phenomena and the parents are also getting a kind of understanding that how we can explain, how can we elaborate these particular phenomena. And when the students are getting satisfactory progress, so ultimately there is a kind of happiness for the parents also. and a kind of teachers, those who have an integrated learning collaborative classrooms, are usually highly motivated and find work satisfactory, because the good results are here and a pleasurable environment is here. All the activities are explained in such a nice way that the students are getting a kind of good outcome. So the teachers are always motivated to integrate the subject one with the another, and always trying to find that the work done by them is really satisfactory. So the level of job satisfaction of teacher is also find this higher, and they are always remain motivated in doing their work. Whether it is a traditional classroom or one that operates on the integrated learning approach, the teacher remains a key factor. While children may take on various responsibilities in an integrated learning setup, the teacher still has her hands full organizing the classroom and its inputs in a manner that will make this possible. So, it is a traditional classroom or one that operates on the integrated learning approach, the teacher remains a key factor. The teacher's role is really a great role, and he has to know that the responsibilities assigned to the students have been integrated in a proper way, and what kind of environment is here, and organizing the classroom and its inputs in a manner that will make this possible, to make the learning more enjoyable, and to find the all kind of uh, integration of the activities and change in behavior of the learner. It means a new role for teachers, one that requires even more alertness, involvement and interaction, because it is the duty of a teacher to integrate the subjects in a kind of effective manner. So, alertness on the part of a teacher, involvement and participation on the part of the teacher, and interaction with the students on the part of a teacher, these all are the duties of a teacher in a classroom where integrated curriculum is being transacted. So, it is prudent to say that the role of teacher is great, and the role of teacher is quite a kind of mentor, a kind of good leader, a kind of guide, because just to make it sure that the integration done one subject with the another subject is quite okay and is all right, and the activities that are provided to the students, these are also related to all the subjects, and the output that in the form of the objectives have also been achieved, and a kind of assessment that those who are doing, the students, those who are working, they are doing in a satisfactory way, or there is a kind of improvement is needed. So, these all have been noted by a teacher, and these all have been a kind of this classroom. The teacher has to play initiatives, what initiatives I have to take in to make this class more interested. So, these are concerned with the role of a teacher for this integrated classroom, and where the integrated curriculum is being implemented. Simultaneously, they reap many rewards. Teachers using this approach indicate their own sense of excitement, fun and fulfillment in teaching. So, how can we make the teaching more interesting? How can I make the fun and a kind of excitement? It depends on the teacher's creativity. That in what way the lesson is likely to be introduced, in what way it is likely to be presented, in what ways the activities are likely to be carried on, and in what way it is to be concluded. So, these all are concerned with the creativity of a teacher and the kind of talent of a teacher, that how all these things likely to be carried on. So, when expectations are shared with the children as well as with the teachers, there is a greater focus and understanding of each other's efforts and achievements. So, the teachers' efforts are always appreciable in implementing this integrated curriculum, and teachers' efforts are always be worthy if the integration is done properly and the students are guided in a right path. Dear learners, now we will try to understand that while some considerable points while planning the integrated curriculum. When the planning of this integrated curriculum is done, what points one should be keep in mind and what kind of criteria that we follow, that we will discuss here. The first step in creating an integrated curriculum is to take into account the needs, interest, queries, past knowledge and experiences of the learners. And the second point is that the goals and the curriculum areas of the program as well as state or district standards and benchmarks will guide the teacher's planning. So, that should also be considered, that students' interest, students' needs, student queries, past knowledge, experiences of the students as well as the standards and benchmarks, state standards or the district standards, these all are considered while uh, planning the integrated curriculum. When creating projects, themes or study topics for the learners, it is also important to take into account the learning dimensions, knowledge, abilities and dispositions in each curriculum area. The teacher weaves knowledge of the curriculum and the interest of the children into the fabric of the classroom curriculum. So, it is crucial to remember that not every project, theme or area of study can have the same emphasis on all objectives or curriculum. Nonetheless, throughout the year, the instructor makes sure that a balance of experiences pertaining to the program's objectives and subject areas is attained. This balance is taken into consideration as part of continuous evaluation and planning at the end of each project, theme or topic throughout the year. The fact that not all curriculum information can be addressed in an integrated manner becomes clear as the instructor creates suitable learning experiences. The introduction of place value in mathematics, for instance, does not necessarily need to be connected to the project. Instead, it may be better taught with tangible resources made especially to support the growth of mathematical ideas, and the idea of location value may then be highlighted in the real world and incorporated into other activities once it was grasped. So, children need to feel that the project, theme or subject of study has meaning and value in order for the curriculum to come alive for both the teacher and the students, and their curiosity will then serve as the driving force for their representation, inquiry and reflection on what they have learned. So, the framework in which meaning is built, skills and procedures are developed and exercised is created by the necessity of communication and information sharing. So, this is about the benefits of integrated curriculum, and we have also studied along with the benefits of integrated curriculum that how the integrated curriculum strategies are implemented in the classroom, what is the role of a teacher in the integrated classroom. So, these all we have studied in detail, and I do hope and believe that you could be able to understand the peculiarities and modalities of this integrated curriculum along with its benefits, its implementation strategies and role of teacher while implementing this integrated curriculum. So, I do hope that you could be able to know more about this integrated curriculum by adding these all. So, thank you very much and be happy and be healthy. Thank you.